again for another review here. This time I've got a newer product by Innokin called the EQ Fltr, F-L-T-R. It's geared more towards the smoker trying to get away from your regular combustible cigarettes. It says something about a soft tip, so we're going to check that out. Little refillable pod system, and we'll see how it goes and give you my thoughts on that. So let's go ahead and go down and we'll see you there. Okay guys, this is your Innokin EQ Fltr pod style device. This is the packaging it comes in. It's like a biodegradable recycled paper. I'm trying to do environmentally friendly stuff here. It comes with soft tips, and this is kind of their little disclaimer, a little promo on the front. Is rechargeable. So this is the side here. This is the red version. They have red, blue, black, rose gold, and like a gray green or a matte greenish. Your QR code there. Just a bunch of warnings on the back. Not a whole lot of deal. This is the contents it shows you here on the bottom. You can freeze frame that if you wish. Okay, and then the other side is there. I'll go ahead and open the package up here and kind of show you what we're dealing with. Super easy, very inexpensive too. I think this is geared definitely towards the smokers that are trying to get off the cigarettes. So I'll take a look at this here. We've got this nice little instruction here on the top of this box here that I'll kind of show you how to put the different filter piece in, or the drip tip, how to kind of fill the pod, and there's your coil there itself, the battery, and I can show you all this when we get in there. And this is the mod itself. Just kind of set that off to the side. Underneath that, you're going to have stuff that you drop on the floor. This is an extra coil, scepter coil, made of Kanthal, 1.2 ohms, 9 to 10 watts, and it does come with one inside the pod itself. You also get this packaging here that comes with some of the disposable soft tips. Here we go. Here we go. You get 5 of these little soft tips. Kind of looks like the top of a cigarette. It gives you a little deal as far as how to put the little plastic piece on the inside, and I can show you that here in a moment as well. A tiny little burr. You can see all the way through it. They're pretty nice. Nice, kind of squishy or whatnot, if that's kind of what they're looking for, to mimic the styles of a cigarette. And then it also comes with a plastic drip tip if these are, not your style that you're looking for. You also get a USB, micro USB for charging. You get a little warning and safety information and a quick start guide. Okay, I'll kind of put all this stuff back to the side here and I'll show you what we're working with. Okay, so this is the EQ Fltr pod. The coils, again, like I said, are 1.2 ohm Kanthal coils. They also said something in the pamphlet about a BVC coil or a scepter coil. It's a pod-based system, obviously. This is just a protective tip if you have it in your pocket. Put it on there and it ain't going to get banged up. It does have a viewport here to where you can see your e-liquid, and a little LED that gives you your battery strength, how much battery you have left. Your micro USB on this side. Super lightweight. I think the battery here is a 400 milliamp battery. Runs 10 to 13 and a half watts. This is one of them plastic, or the soft tips that they have. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit to get you a better. And this is the pod itself. I've kind of used this a little bit here. She's just draw activated. There's no buttons you have to worry about. If you go to replace the coil or to fill it up, you would push down on here and give it a little quarter turn, like so. If I do it the right direction. Yeah, it's like a safety measure. Pull, turn to the side, and it pops out like so. And if we look here on the side, there is a little fill port here, little fill grommet. Pull that up. Add your Fill port pulls up, add your e-liquid in there, you're good to go. To change out the coil, if the coil goes bad and starts tasting dry or burnt, see if I can get this to focus in on us here. See, there's a little catch groove there. You can turn it. If I can get my camera to chill on me and work with me here. Turn it to the side, like so, and you can pull the coil out and replace the coil. Drop her back in, give it a side little turn, and you're good to go. Super easy. Nothing too fancy about it, but man, I mean, it does produce some pretty decent flavor. Like I said, you push this in, give it a quarter turn, it's locked in, good to go. The tip ain't coming out. I haven't had any leaking issues. And you can see the size of it's pretty decent. I can give you a comparison to the original Caliburn. Kind of give you a little side by side here. I drop that down. So it's just a little bit smaller than Caliburn, but I mean, to me, in my opinion, I think people might draw to this because it's a different familiar feel. If you're a smoker trying to get away from the cigarettes or whatnot, I think it would probably sell pretty well. And it's definitely worth giving a try for the small price point it's at. Oh yes, let me show you one more thing. So these tips come out, just super easy, just kind of pulled on it, and it has this plastic rod here. And what you do is you take your filter, and there's a little diagram on the front of it here. Get that to focus on us at all, maybe. There you go. So that diagram here shows that you take this little plastic tip, you slide it in there, and it allows for the flavor control, or juice control, I'm sorry, because without that, if you use these soft tips, without that, you put it in there, it's just going to saturate the heck out of this, and it's going to be real wet and not very pleasant experience. But if you're not a fan of those, you can always go to the plastic drip tip that comes with it. Other than that, really, I mean, that's about all there is to it, but we'll go up top and give you a little bit more about it, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks. So there again is the Innokin EQ Fltr, FLTR. I didn't touch on it when we were down low. You charge it with the USB, and it'll have a white LED light here in the front, that little dot there, and it will stay on. The light will stay on while you're charging it. When it's fully charged, the light will turn off. So that's something to think about. In the manual, it says that you want to keep it at least around a half charge, and don't let the battery completely dead while you're sitting around with it. I haven't found a way to check like the battery life and see where it's at. The one thing I did find in the manual here is that if the white LED flashes 2 times, it means that you've pulled more than 5 seconds, I guess. So you can drag or take a pull, or however you want to pronounce that or say that, on there for 5 seconds. If you go over that, then I think it does time out. It says there's also the white LED. If it flashes 10 times, it tells you there's low voltage. So that must be when the battery is too low, you need to charge it. And so it's kind of letting you know. If it flashes, or if it stays on for like 2 seconds, it says white LED lights for 2 seconds, your coil resistance is too low, or it's crapping out on you and it's burnt. Obviously, if you get a burnt taste, you need to replace the coil. I think these Spectres or different coils here should be available in most of your vape shops and things of that nature. So something else I was going to do is show you the difference between the soft tip, and I can go ahead and put on this plastic guy here to kind of give you an idea of what we got, how it looks with just a plastic tip, which I think is pretty nice. I do like the soft filter, and I mean, I haven't smoked a cigarette in so long I couldn't tell you, but I think for people transitioning away from regular tobacco or regular cigarettes to a vaping device, that might be something they're looking for. Most of the stuff we have, or a lot of the things that are out there, are bigger, a little heavier, bulky, and so forth, and they want something just simple, sweet, and to the point without too much of a learning curve. I think this would be right up their alley. Anyway, if you have other questions, if you have comments on this, what do you think? If you have friends, family, whatever that you might want to help, this might be something to give them a try with. You'll have them give a try. Um, Super inexpensive, and it seems to do quite well. I've had it for a couple weeks and kind of been vaping on it here and there. Had my wife, that's a current smoker, been trying to get her away from those. It's definitely a battle, but I had her try it. She said it wasn't too bad. The only thing I've run into here is I've only did like a 3 milligram nicotine, because that's usually what I vape. Just 3 milligrams in here, and it's not enough for me. So I think if you did a higher nic level in your e-liquid for something like this, especially with the low or the higher resistance of it, you'd get a 6, a 12, something like that, and then slowly, gradually work your way down from there. Anyway, not a bad device. I think Innokin did a good job. It's a lot different than a ton of these other pods out, but super simple, cut and dry. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.